Well, when training camp got underway, you were not a face or a name that was here, and yet as the season comes to a close, Kennedy, I think you're somebody that Fever fans are very glad that you're part of this organization. But let's start there. I know it was a little bit of a tumultuous start for you, and that's never easy in your rookie season right off the bat to have a team let you go. When you found out the Fever were as interested as they were in you, what was that like and what did it do for you?
I mean, honestly, it was a really good feeling because when I got caught by the Dallas Wings, I was like, where do I go from here? I was kind of like indecisive of what to do next. And the fact that I got a call from my agent the next day, it was like, Indiana Fever's interested in you. And I was like, oh, really? And I was pretty excited. And then I went home for a day and then took the next flight out to Indianapolis. And then, yeah, I went on from there. So
you came in and, in fact, got an early opportunity in a couple games and played really well. What was the key to doing that? Because it seems like in a situation like that, through a scenario that you've been, it would be easy to try to do too much. And yet you persevered in those moments, excelled in those moments.
I think the biggest thing was being myself, not trying to be anyone else. And the fact that like I go into the game just being confident and not overthinking. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, just going on too. So
the progression of the season was interesting for you. You got a lot of opportunity early, some role as the year went on, and then at the end of the year, you find yourself in the starting lineup. What was that like to get to start? You go from having a team cut you at the beginning of the season to now you're starting late in the year.
Honestly, it was unexpected, but I think what made me get to that point was probably my defensive energy that I brought on the court, and defense is like the biggest thing for me because I feel like I could guard anyone on the floor. So just going in with that mindset every game, it just helps. So
did it mean a little more to get that first start nearish
where you're
from?
LA?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so exciting. And like when that happened, I didn't want to tell anyone. I was like, no, I'm gonna just keep it quiet. And then when they heard my name in the line, I'm pretty sure like my dad was like, his eyes were wide. And
so your parents didn't even know?
No, I didn't tell them. I was like,
and then all of a sudden the lights are going down and
yes,
you're running
and they're
out.
like, what? I'm pretty sure they're like, ooh, this is new and in your hometown? But yeah, it was pretty cool.
You came out there and had, I think, 4 blocks in that opening game too. Can you speak to what you feel like you can provide on that end of the floor?
The fact that I'm just long, I could guard 1 through 5, quick guards, big posts, even though it's not always going to be perfect, but I just do my best. So
it seems like, especially as you got more comfortable with the defensive system, I mean, you were a problem in passing lanes. Your length, I think, is pretty evident. And in the WNBA game, that's something that I think is still evolving, those type of players that are built like you. Do you sense that just kind of what you bring on that end is maybe a bit of a new wave to the WNBA and something that players haven't adjusted to yet?
Yeah, even like when I was still in college as my last year as a UCLA Bruin, I was like, hey, no matter what, if you can't score on the offensive end, just show it on the defensive end. So that's what I do. Like if I'm not doing well offensively, I just show it on the defensive end. So
as you look at this from a team, you go from the beginning of the year, you had a nice start to the season as a team, went through a little lull in the middle, but you closed strong. Do you sense there's momentum here? Do you sense that you guys really found who you are in those final 13 games?
These last probably 5 games, I really think that we found who we are as a team. And I think we're just going to pick up where we started next season. So
I want to ask you about the other rookies. We talked with Paris a little bit. It seemed like you guys were a pretty tightly knit group, which is interesting because you mentioned you weren't even here from the get-go.
Yeah,
so that happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. But I don't know, the fact that Paris and T all 3 of us are rookies, we just decided that we would make a pact with Steph, Erica, and Kelsey. And then, I don't know, from there we just became pretty close because we're all young. So we all have like a immature side, but like at the same time pretty mature when it's needed. So
well, you're going to go over to Turkey, which I know will be a new experience for you.
Yes.
You're going to play in the same league, I think, as Kelsey. You're going to be playing in Turkey. Kelsey's going there, too, on a different team, though. So maybe the chance to see a Fever player around there.
I know, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun to see her. So
well, this will be the last chance we get to talk to you for a little bit of time. So any final message you have to Fever fans out there?
Fever fans, you guys are the best. Thank you for being loyal and consistent throughout this season. Even though it didn't go as we planned, you guys were the best. So
well, you bounced around a little bit at the beginning, but I think you've certainly found a home here. So congratulations, year 1 of the books.
Thank you.